What's up, y'all? It's CJ Moto, and I'm back today. We're in the pits here in the crib, and we're just rebuilding some shocks. We got the Wiggins pistons in here, and I'm putting the 700 weight PT oil in there for this weekend's race at Indy RC World. But anyhow, it's been a little while since I've got on here and done anything, so I just wanted to, just check in with y'all and see how you're doing. Nothing crazy tonight to talk about, really, I guess. But yeah, I'm just rebuilding my center diff. Look at that clean diff. Look at that thing. It's a beauty. Got the 7,000 weight in the center there. I was going to try the 6,000 in the front, 5,000 in the center, and 3,000 in the rear. But since I'm going to Indy and it's such a high grip track, that 5,000 center would have just burnt up. That'd be better for like a looser track. So I went to the 7 in the center because I still want my diffs to be pretty light. I want the car to be lots of rotation, and I want it to have a little bit of an easy trigger feel. Like I want it to be, when I grab on that trigger hard, I don't want it to be squirrely. I want it to just kind of stick to the track. So anyhow, I'm going to go with, 6,000 in the front, 7,000 in the center, and 3,000 in the rear to see how that rotation is. And there's not really that many guys running 3,000 in their Technos, but anyhow, I want to give it a whirl. The one thing I did want to mention, I had a gentleman message me asking about if I recommend buggy or truggy to start out with, and that's not what I want to talk about. I personally think truggy's a blast. I would probably start with truggy, but we're just talking about setup and stuff, and I got to, my advice on setup is to find somebody that really knows what they're doing, and it's not always the easiest thing to do, but you can find a good setup sheet and then work from there, and then don't drive yourself nuts trying to constantly change setup. Once you find something that works for you and it feels good, then to me find a good setup for yourself that feels pretty nice, and then I would work on your shock package, and I would work on your tire selection, and I'd work on your diffs. And to me personally, people always feel like they need to change setup constantly, and a lot of guys spend too much time at the track, in my opinion, and I've been in the same boat, changing things all the time. And every time they go out there for a session and then they come back in, they're making changes. And to me, like I said, I've been in the same boat. You don't always necessarily even ever get used to how your car drives because you're just making so many changes all the time. So I've gotten to the point where I've got my buggy and my truggy to the point, and some people would totally not agree with it, but I don't change anything really. I've got them both to where they drive really well on any track surface, and all I mess with is the differentials, the shocks, and the tires. And that's all I adjust. And I'm not the fastest dude around or nothing like that by any means, but I feel really good doing that, and I also feel less. I also changed my gearing and stuff like that, and I changed my ESC setup and things like that. But I just enjoy myself at the track more because I'm not always let's move this link in, let's move this link up, let's try this, try that, try this, try that. And then you're making, what really bugs me is when you find yourself making changes right before the main event. I've learned leave your car alone. If it's feeling pretty good during quals, leave it alone. Don't be making these changes right at the main event because you're going to go out onto the track for the main event having a car that you don't even know how it's going to handle. So anyhow, I will adjust my diffs. Some people like to run a heavy center diff. I've tried that. I just don't like the feel for it. But I will mess with my diffs, and I'm trying more and more in the future. And right now I'm in the process of learning what exactly the diffs feel like in different situations. And I'm not messing with anything else on the car except for my differentials. And I can almost guarantee that if you drive Techno buggy and you put that Wiggins shock piston package in, and all you got to do, it's awesome because all you got to do is you keep them all even, all 700, all 725, all 450, 500, whatever the shocks, whatever the oil you want to run in there, and you're going to like the results, as long as your oil is proper, and that's just all about temperature, basically. But anyhow, that was just my little take on that. I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight. I hope everyone's having an awesome week. It's Monday, so 4 days, guys, until Indy RC round 2 of their Sportsman Cup Series. And then we also got Bring the Heat coming up at Flowwood. So that's going to be awesome. I think I'm going to go out there and see if I can't meet Adam Drake and hang out with all the awesome people out there at Flowwood. So anyhow, I hope y'all have a awesome week. Please leave comments. I really appreciate any type of input from everybody, because that's what this is all about. Please like, share, or subscribe, and really appreciate your support. I'll be doing some more cool little giveaways here in the future, and I just hope that you learn something, or at least gets you thinking. It's about learning, but it's also about getting the wheels turning. So let's just turn them wheels and just leave some comments. I appreciate it. CJ Moto out.